What's the meaning behind the hat? What's the meaning behind the hat?
Breeder one. As y'all know, I did a camp. I was able to do a camp in Philly. Meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to the kids out there. Getting in the inner city, getting them involved, showing them that everybody has something special about them. And there's always something unique about a person. It's just for that person to see it. And then we talk about the youth. You got to give them something to believe in. You know, I really believe in that. So it's a great time. And that's in the gist of what it stands for. Being able to persevere, all these unique qualities in a person that makes them who they are, and knowing that that person defines that upon themselves.
When Nick Sirianni shows up on the first day camp wearing a shirt with more face all over it, how does that make you feel?
That's who he is, man. That's who he is. He likes to have a little swagger about himself. It's a nice shirt, different cut though, but it's a nice shirt, and that's who he is, man. He's gonna support all his players, regardless of who you are, and you know he loves it. He loves it.
AJ said you and him were here about like 6:30 this morning. What was behind that? Whose idea was it? Anybody else with you?
I think that's just standard for the two of us. You know, I know Smitty's up here every morning. He'll join us. AJ and I. That's just standard. You know what I mean? And we just put the work in. The work come first. The work come first every day. We take it day by day. Try and get prepared for the day so we can attack every day. So just growing with time. Getting everything together so we can all be on the same page. You know, we put so much work in the off season with AJ, Dallas, Smitty, everybody. Everybody putting 1,000 reps in, a whole bunch of reps, so we can come out here and play ball at a high level and continue what we've built. So we're taking it day by day with our preparation, our routine, trying to be consistent, but we're taking it day by day, rep by rep. And just taking that approach.
Jalen, with respect to the football, how does that play out during the course of the day? Do you spend a lot of time before practice? Do you find it's more useful to watch a lot of film after practice? How much time do you spend doing it on a given day?
Well, I think not being in fall camp, it's about the routine and what the schedule looks like for us as a football team. What are we doing before practice? How much time do I have to get ready for practice? How much of a break do I have in between post-practice and meetings and then walkthrough and all that? So there's a lot of time management that goes into it, but definitely got to get the tape in. You want to review the things you did at practice, prepare for what's to come, and just take it moment by moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any of the guys to get ahead of themselves, over-prepared or whatever it is. Like, focus on the now and be in the moment. When we do that, we communicate, we try and get on the same page, and we talk through things, and I think that's going to help us in the end. Most definitely. I think anytime I can spend time with my teammates, you know, whether it's in Florida or Cali or Texas or in Philly, here at home at the bowling alley, like, it all matters. It all matters, and those are all things that we do and we get done. So understand that when you play in a team sport, it's not always about X's and O's. You know, a lot of it is ball, but the other part of it is getting to know that person, being on the same page with that person, knowing how that person thinks, and just getting to know them thoroughly, you know. So we got a lot of time to do that right now, a lot of time to do it.
Has that always been your philosophy, or did that sort of sink in at some point?
I think for me, just growing up around the game, you know, like I grew up, the field house was my daycare, so that's all that I knew. So all I saw was being around high school athletes, being around my dad, being around my brother, in the field house. And I just saw how the guys had that camaraderie, how they spent time with one another, how they bonded, and I think that's very important. Whether you catch us watching tape in the receiver room or the quarterback room, or you see us shooting the basketball in the team room, or just talking, stretching out together, doing rehab together, doing all these things together. Like, I think the togetherness that we have is really special.
What was that energy like today, day one? We saw you out there dancing a little bit. It looked like you guys all having fun and feeling love from fans and all that.
Yeah, it's great to be back out here. It's great to be back out here. Like I said, we put so much work in the off season as a group. So much work in. So when the time comes, it's like, let's go do what we do. I think it's fun to be out here. First time really having a true everyone back, everything open. So we're just excited, but we're very hungry, very hungry.
What has been your advice to AJ about playing in Philadelphia?
Man, AJ is a true pro. He's a pro. AJ is a person I know that he loves it. He loves the energy, he loves the enthusiasm, and he feeds off of that. So I'm excited to see him embrace that. I'm excited to see him. I think it's funny. I like that type of stuff. That brings me energy. So I'm excited to see him go.
How much more comfortable are you now last year going into camp, learning the offense with Nick? In any way, does it slow down a little bit?
I think it definitely slows down over time. I think it slows down with reps. This is my first time having the same play caller, same coach since my dad in high school when I was like 16. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a big difference. I think I think it's exciting.
Has the offense evolved a little bit too, given your input and the coaches kind of figuring out what's best for you?
Yeah, I think for us as an offense, we just kind of saw the things that we did well, and we saw the things that we wanted to improve on, and we dove in on those things. And we just want to be consistent in all areas. That's consistent in the red zone, consistent on third down, consistent in the field. But that's something we take day by day. So I think there's a great sense of communication. Me talking to coach talking to me. Coach respecting what I say and what I think, me listening to him and taking the coaching and just moving forward, because in the end we all had the same goal and we're all on the same team. So we're all eager to go to work. We're all hungry to climb and get better every day. And that's just the approach we have. And I truly love that about Coach Sirianni, and I love that about my teammates. We're hungry. We're hungry. And so much, external factors that could influence the team to think a certain type of way or buy into any type of hype. But we're hungry. We take it day by day and just get better. The goal is to get better every day.
You really notice all the off-season work, film work that you did, even with your teammates and stuff paying off, even though this is the first day, do you feel differently coming in, this year?
Yeah, I think there's a different comfortability for my teammates, for myself, for the coaches, for everybody. Just being together with somebody for a lengthy amount of time, a longer amount of time, I think it pays off and it makes a difference. And understand that we put so much work in. Like I said, we spent so many conversations talking, house visits, whatever it was. We've done those things, and the time has been put in, and they'll continue to go on. So it's a day-by-day thing. I want to reiterate that too. It's a day-by-day thing, a rep-by-rep thing, resetting every play, and really treating every play independently, and just worrying about what's at the moment, worrying about what's at hand. So taking it day by day, that's definitely what we're doing, trying to get better every day.
AJ came to your defense around and scored. Did you ever have anyone kind of advise you on what you would need to do away from your teammates to stay there? How much time you have to put in watching the film work? I think just when you're not with your teammates, just by yourself away from all of us.
Can you restate? I think I know what you're asking. Can you?
Did you ever have anyone tell you, hey, look, you're going to need to put in X amount of hours?
No.
Let's take two more.
Jalen,
AJ came to your defense this summer. AJ came to your defense this summer. A, did you see that? And B, was that significant to you that he did so?
What did he say?
A report came out about how you participated in a certain practice. And So I called AJ one random day. I call him all the time. We talk, and I said, "What you doing?" It's in the morning time. I said, "What you doing?" He said, "What did he say?" He said, so I'm on Twitter clapping." He said something. I'm on Twitter talking trash, whatever. I said, "What happened?" He said, "They talking crazy." I said, "Oh, what happened? They talking about you." So okay, what'd they say? He like some BS, and just left it at that. I didn't even know he did it, to be honest. It was casual to me, but it must have been a slow day.
Jalen, you guys made a lot of advancements last year and grew. But a lot of players talk about that final game. You talk about how hungry you are as a team. How much does that playoff game and what happened in it motivate you and make you hungry?
Yeah, that's a feeling that I haven't forgot. Nobody has forgotten, and I think we're, I think that is definitely something that is there for us. And every day we go to work, we worry about what's at hand. We don't forget where we come from too. We don't forget what we overcame. We don't forget how we ended it. But in the end, we still had the same feeling of hunger. And I know hungry dogs run faster. We're working, taking it day by day. Let me say, we're not going to just pop up, and be in the first round of playoffs or have a bye week the first week. That don't just happen. You got to go work for that. You got to take, and that starts right now. The process that we have and what I believe in is every day. Just take it day by day. And that's what we're doing.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys.